I guess we'll cast Flakes versus Mognus 1v1 because Mognus has called out Flakes, which seems like a questionable decision, but I will definitely give him props for bravery. Flakes, what is he right now? Rank 3, 1v1. He's just 1 point behind Fairy Peak. And I don't think Mognus plays 1v1. If I'm not mistaken, the last time that Mognus played on stream in 1v1 was against a lot. And I don't think he won that one. Mr. Stubby likes a 50 quid to the prize pool. Oh, by the way, 50 quid prize pool. Do you mod for Flakes, or I think I saw you gifting a sub to Flakes earlier. So I don't think Flakes is streaming this, but Mognus might be if you want to catch Mognus' perspective and hear him raging about how good Flakes is at 1v1. But Mognus has called him out. He wants to give his teammate a bash in ones. And of course, Mognus is going to have some pretty good offensive capability. I think the problems for him are going to be overextending, potentially. And also maybe struggling with his boost management. Avoiding getting beaten to the ball in post-kickoff situations. But look at that, Mognus already 1-0. And he's going to sweat as much as possible to keep this lead intact. 19 seconds, Mognus takes the lead. This is going to be one of the biggest upsets in 1v1 show match history if Mognus can get a win here. It's because Flakes has been one of the players to beat right now. I would say, without question, top 5 in the world for 1v1 at the current time. And because Mognus, like I said, has not had any notable show match wins, and I think his most recent match was a loss against a long time ago. And a lot's not known for his 1v1 ability either, no disrespect to either of them, but it's just facts. Flakes does tie things up with a long range shot. I'm just going to have to watch out with his spacing. He doesn't have backup. He's so used to playing with backup. He doesn't have any right now. Flakes puts in a second one. Mognus, you don't have anybody behind you, mate. You got to be further back. Or else Flakes is just going to keep on banging in shots. It's 2-1 Flakes. Now, if there's going to be a world where Mognus has a chance here, he needs to play the best defense, 1v1 defense he's ever played. So I expect that Flakes is going to be able to control the boost battle and manipulate 50-50s in his favor more often than Mognus is. So Mognus will have to accept that he is just going to be on the defensive for large parts of this game. And when he does get control of the ball, he's got to be really, really efficient with it. That was maybe not the best use of possession there. He did give away possession in favor of grabbing 100 boosts, and you can see how quickly Flakes can turn that boost advantage into a disadvantage and then score. Mognus is boost starved, and it's 3-1 Flakes. Decided to give away the possession there, grab that 100, but I don't know, Flakes is probably going to cause you to use most of it on a save and then start boost starving you if you do that. Ducky Boys, another prize pool donation, 20 quid, probably a $100 prize pool already or something similar. And the Evil Possum, thanks for 2-month prime sub. Welcome back. I'm going to start your boost. Enough to get a good shot on net, but Flakes will stop that. One of the best defenders in solo duel situations is Flakes. There's another good save. Hey, Sunless, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream, man. Hope you go get those 2s ranked points back. I'm sure you will. How are you doing, guys? How did you enjoy the Sunless stream today? I caught a couple of minutes. I watched a good bit of Sunless' stream yesterday when he was almost winning his own tournament, scoring a ceiling shot. I saw that live, but I didn't get to see much today. I had to go live myself, get a show match done before Rocket Pass went live. Now we're live with another one. Flakes tries to turtle flake. Mognus shuts it down. Now chance for Mognus. You might have to go off the ceiling here, but this touch is nowhere near high enough to really follow up on. Mognus is keeping this close, but Flakes looks comfortable. Dangerously comfortable. The boost control has been what's winning in this game so easily, just like we expected. And that's going to be 4-1. Mognus snatches at a tight angle shot with not much power. Flakes easily gets the save. Not just that, he's countered well. It was a good stream, the Sunless stream. I certainly hope so. They're in comms together. That also doesn't surprise me. If you want to hear Flakes talking trash to Mognus while they play, then head over to Mognus' stream. I believe he is the one streaming this. Is it Mognus1? Is he twitch.tv/Mognus1 still? Good save by Mognus there. Doesn't get his wave dash to function, but he's still going to have a good chance. And I like that he's switching onto the other side of the field. It's a good start to that dribble there for Mognus. But Flakes was looking pretty unfazed by the whole thing, and now might try to bump Mognus into his own net. Mognus got a touch on the ball before that happened, and a nice little knock on Flakes knocks him away from the boost as well. You notice that's the second time now that Mognus has driven over to the left when he's starting his dribble, and it's really impressive that he's already figured this out as a good line to take in 1v1, because I'm very critical of even some top tier 1v1 players who like to just go straight down the line at their opponent and often just get tackled fairly easily. But Mognus there switches it up, he goes left, puts Flakes in an awkward position. Flakes comes off the line, doesn't make the challenge work. It's going to be interesting to see if Mognus can keep up that line of thinking, that line of attack. That's a good dunk. Mognus 3 goals to Flakes 4. He's actually coming back here. Flakes needs to show him a bit more respect because he had all the boost here, but he didn't use it. He thought Mognus was going to back down, leave the ball, but ball chasing Mognus makes it a 1-goal game, and he's not conceding kickoff goals. It's not a disaster by any means. Good boost management here by Mognus. This time he does fake a challenge. Flakes just runs the ball into him. Looks like Flakes is trying to get Mognus to pre-jump over the ball. Mognus is not interested in doing that. And if he can play this carefully, he should have had a good counter-attack going, but no, he's accidentally passed it to Flakes. We'll see here from Flakes' POV. Mognus' touch, it looked heavy, it wasn't really far enough at all. Flakes was already circling around and ready to intercept that. They're going to split the money. Are they just going to split it 50-50? I don't know what's happening here. I mean, obviously, if they want to do that, I'm not going to tell them they can't. It's up to them. Usually, of course, for less than $100 prize pools, we just split it 50-50. I mean, split it 100 to 0 percentage-wise. It's a phenomenal save by Flakes to keep this goal line at 2 goals, and he's just swept in and demoed Mognus, denying the open net counter-attack. It was close, and there's the long shot. Flakes just reading Mognus' early challenge here. He knew that Mognus was likely to close the distance, because there's no way you can come back from 2 goals down if you just play defensive there. Mognus dodging forward, Flakes spotted it, fired long, and he's surely locked in the win for the first game. Not a bad performance for Mognus though. He's had moments where he didn't look like he was playing his 1v1 positioning correctly, but other moments where he's actually impressed me a lot with the dribbling, especially. I didn't think he was going to be putting Flakes in as awkward positions as he did, so credit for that. He will have to step up though, because I've got a feeling that Flakes is holding back a little bit here. We did see, of course, a turtle flick attempted by Flakes, which usually he doesn't try to do unless he's ahead by a good bit or on a really good streak. Mognus says he didn't sign up for this. Flakes forced him, and we've got a lot of question marks for Flakes. It's not what I heard, Mognus. I heard that you called out Flakes. I don't know, maybe Flakes is having me on, but either way, an interesting match here between the Complexity boys, who, by the way, in case you've not followed RLRS Week 1, Complexity are off to a flying start. They've taken down one of their rivals, Method, 3-0. And then they also managed to 3-0 the Baguettes, or whatever the French team is called, or was it another team? I don't actually remember. Either way, Complexity, that's Mognus, Flakes, and Garizimeister, look to be the team to beat in RLRS at the moment. Mognus, wave dash dribble into Flick, and there's a top corner rebound, beautiful by Mognus. Flakes just backed off, tried to anticipate a miss, and it hasn't worked out. Update the scoreboard. Yeah, that's a good idea. I should probably update that, not make it 0-0 after the first game. It's good. I forgot to create the 0-0 scoreboard at the start of the match. It took me a while to figure out that I hadn't done that. So when I made it, I just made it 0-0, because I usually do when I'm creating it. So Mognus is going to abort that dribble, take the ball down low. You know, he almost had Flakes there. He was coming in for an in-and-out save. Flakes still looks like he's styling a little bit. And if Mognus can play a consistent game, I don't think it's going to work. He'll have to play solid if he wants to beat Mognus, who is trying his best to play the positioning game as well as he can. This time Flakes does try to find space on the right-hand side. Mognus shuts the door on that. Flakes still controlling the possession very well. And another turtle flick attempted mid-dribble. Flakes ends up passing off possession, not for the first time this series, while failing a turtle flick. If he wants to get the turtle flick to work, I think he needs a bit more space. Mognus is way too close here for the turtle flick to be effective. Still, lots of possession for Flakes. Mognus not doing too much to slow down these dribbling approaches. Luckily for him, he remains unpunished for that. Mognus should win the race to this ball. In fact, Flakes will back off, acknowledging the fact that Mognus was closer. Mognus tried to slow play it and in fact gave the ball back to Flakes. And it's another fairly easy walk into the goal for Flakes. Mognus decides to try and play reactively. I think from this range, he might as well just throw himself in and hope for the best, because you're not going to save many Flakes flicks from that range if it happens before you jump. 1-1 game 2. It is best of 5. They did agree beforehand. Flakes actually jumped off the ball there with his flip reset. If you use your dodge or your jump too early when you're looking for a flip reset on the ball, it will probably just cause you to jump off the ball and then you don't make good contact with the flick. Nice rebound here by Mognus. Flakes has kind of set him up for this one. He was trying to dodge onto the boost and then retake control of the ball, but Mognus has stuck around with low boost himself and he puts in another goal. 2-1 for Mognus, the underdog. Another tenner for the prize pool, thanks, checkmate.
Let's go Flakes.
80 quid prize pool now.
I've caught a 1v1 stream, love the YouTube John.
Oh, no way, welcome to the stream. Well, hopefully you enjoy the lives 1v1. Flakes is up against his teammate Mognus here, who's not someone who puts much time into 1v1, but of course he does have some pretty insane offense, and he's very speedy, so he's hanging in there with Flakes just fine for the time being. Oh, the PM by Mognus! He just gives Flakes a hug of death as the ball bounces in, pops it on target, then just runs into Flakes and forces an own goal. It's 3-1, and now it's definitely a time for Flakes to start showing up to game 2, because he hasn't really done too much to Mognus in this first game. There's been a lot of turtle flicks attempted, not many of them have worked, and Mognus is going to smash in another shot, top corner, and the pressure is really on Flakes now. This is the danger. Mognus has got some exceptional offense. Look at that shot. You're not going to get much better than that. It's fairly safe as well, because if it doesn't go in, it's not going to be an easy counter-attack for Flakes. It looks like Mognus might have just conceded a direct kickoff goal. Oh, Flakes doesn't take it. He's going to give Mognus a freebie there after Mognus beans his kickoff. So Flakes is going to say no to kickoff goals. He doesn't want to give Mognus the excuse that he would have won if it wasn't for kickoff goals. He's going to try and beat him without one. Here comes an air dribble by Flakes. He's gone high, and it's going to be successful. Mognus, fearing the air dribble bump, did not jump soon enough. It was just too late. By the time he realized Flakes' true intentions, the ball was already over his head. Mr. Stumpy likes, thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub to Complexity. Is that the org Complexity being gifted a sub here? The organization Flakes and Mognus both play for. Okay, that's better range to be pulling out the turtle flick from, but this time there's not too much power on it. Flakes got Mognus pinned back, and Mognus hold on. The best shots by Flakes. He's getting a lot of tries at this offensive play. He's going to have to try again from a different angle, because Mognus has hung on. He's only got to do that for another minute and 8 seconds, and he will have a game win on the board, which is more than I thought he would get from this series, not going to lie. You just have to expect a sweep here with how impressive Flakes has been in 1v1 recently. Mognus is really bringing it to him. He's wasting a lot of time here on offense, keeping the boost on Flakes as low as possible while he does it. Good control by Mognus. He knocks the ball into his back corner, and no danger shutting down any angle for a rebound as the ball bounces off the back wall. 35 seconds left. Mognus barely has Flakes in his sights here. Tries to drop the ball underneath him, but Flakes is not challenging. I'm not sure if that's wise though, because Mognus is getting so close that he could just flick the ball top shelf. It is this time saved by Flakes, but For what point? If he doesn't score right now with this attack, Mognus should be winning game 1. Into the air goes Flakes. It's just a fairly tame volley, and now he's given himself literally one more chance, or else it will be Mognus taking game 2. And there is Mognus confirming that fact. Flakes just did too little with the latter half of this game and gave Mognus too much of a head start for him to come back from. 1-all. Good stuff from Mognus there to confirm the victory. The Respecter of Whammon, thanks for the 16-month tier 1 sub, welcome back. Evil Possum, thanks for the 2-month prime. And aka Baby Chris, thanks for the 5-month prime, welcome back guys. I think I'm up to date on all the shoutouts. We've got £80 in the prize pool at the moment guys. So let's see if Flakes can lock it down. Mognus. Yeah, Mognus' offense is definitely Pog. And his defense this series has been good enough, no doubt about that. He's played solid so far. Flakes has tried to style on him. It hasn't worked out. Mognus has got an option to wait around here for the back boost. It's going to spawn exactly right now. I think Flakes just got it on spawn, in fact. Yes, he did. It's a bit awkward there for Mognus. He was trying to waste some time for a boost to spawn, but Flakes is taking every single one of them. And now if he turns early, we'll have an attack on the low boost Mognus. There it is. Flakes tries to sidewind in his approach to shake Mognus off the ball, but it hasn't worked out. Mognus has identified that those shots are not on target, and thus has not lunged in unnecessarily. Under boost now from Mognus. He's profited in the last couple minutes, but Flakes' flick is way too good. Rolls right through this one. And Mognus, not for the first time, has not aggressed the ball when it gets close to his net, and he will pay the price for that. Would have taken an outrageous save for Mognus to keep that one out. I reckon at some point he's going to have to step out of his comfort zone and just make those plays happen. Look at that from Flakes. He's not just challenged Mognus' early pop, but completely shut it down. Dominant aerial 50-50. And he perfectly feathers his boost into the follow-up. 2-0 Flakes in game 3. Mognus is just a bit too predictable there. Flakes spotted the early pop as it was coming in. Mognus has managed to... Well, he's got Flakes to concede the possession out of this little ball chase that he went for. It's good for him overall. Will he be able to secure a boost? Yes, he will, and he stays alive while doing it. Mognus with some nice plays in the back corner. Now here comes to the ceiling shot. Flakes is falling off early. Mognus rebound. Oh, he's hit the top of the crossbar, but looks like he will put it in anyway. And it's the setup here that's the key for Mognus. He sees Flakes coming in for another early challenge in the air, so he shoots the ball early over Flakes and puts in the open net after initially barely missing the double touch. It still works though. Flakes, I think he just got a flip reset on the ceiling there, but had to use it just to get back to the ball. Mognus is going to try and keep the pressure up, and indeed he will. Mognus ties up the game. Flakes again concedes while waiting for Mognus to mess something up, and it just doesn't happen. Mognus' offense is looking good today. Consistent with his shooting. 2-all game 3. This is much closer than we all expected it to be. Much closer than surely Flakes expected this match to be. He's having to play pretty solid and heads up here in order to get this win. It's another great save by Mognus. Can he connect with the open net? No, he can't. But still, he's doing well to stay relevant here, and he's managed to secure himself a 100 boost and then ran back to block this long-range wall shot as well. Good reading of the game by Mognus to come out with a 100 boost and a save there. And the wave dash into flick play. That's one of the best goals we've seen on stream in a long time. What a play by Mognus. Doesn't just wave dash into the ball, but flicks straight away afterwards. Get some mad acceleration on it. Flakes concedes again, and just over half the game is left. Mognus gets his nose in front. Flakes beams his first touch there. Mognus is backing off still. Saved by Mognus, and the landing is also going to allow him to get involved in the follow-up play. Turtle flick by Flakes. It's too low though. Mognus shuts it down. And Flakes is so all in for this, it might just be a goal for Mognus. Decides to just pass it to himself. I reckon could have scored that if he just side flipped, but he might not have had vision of where Flakes was. Wanted to play it safe. Oh, and very nearly a demo there for Mognus, which may have been a goal if he had pulled it off. But driving up the wall caused him to lose some of his speed, so Flakes did stay alive, despite the fact that contact was made. Tell you what though, Mognus is looking pretty keen right now for a series win. Flakes this time will get the first touch that he needs. He heard Mognus coming in here. That's pretty much just a sound cue. It's got him flicking the ball over Mognus' head. Looks like ball cam was being used while Mognus was coming in for the challenge. 3-all in the third game. Mognus won the last game, remember. And that was against a Flakes who might have been messing around a little bit more than he is in this third game. Mognus with the underdunk attempt, but it's going to go just past the goal. Dodge mechanics by Mognus, not just once but twice. He retakes the lead after perfectly landing on the boost. Pops the ball high, setting himself up, and don't be confused, that was actually a 100 boost play by Mognus. It was a bit of a glitch there on the replay. I don't know why back his mod causes some boost totals to appear incorrectly on replays. Real battle here on the face-off. Mognus will come out with the ball, but he's got no boost to work with. Still a reasonable flick, given the fact that he didn't have much way to accelerate the ball. Magnus with composure on the goal line. Doesn't get dunked on. Keeps control of the ball. 18 boost to play with. He's going to try and stay with this ball as long as possible. Doesn't want to give the ball away to Flakes for free. And actually Flakes misses the open net. That was the best opportunity he's had. Look at this, guys. Magnus is really making Flakes work for this one. And a fake challenge, reverse challenge combination. Something we don't see too often, but works out very well. Magnus comes out with ball control. Just over 30 seconds left. And he's got Flakes in his sights. Flakes wrestles the ball back off him, but now Magnus is the one who's playing aggressive in defense. 27 seconds left. Not much time for Flakes to waste. Still a goal in it. Mognus with a ground pinch from a low setup, but oh, he's dodged past the ball. That's an opportunity for Flakes. Surely he's not missing that one. The recovery for Mognus is diabolical, and that's not the way you want to concede a one-goal lead with just 11 seconds left. Mognus had so much control, so much discipline, so much composure, patience, just to lose it all like that. Ball too close to the back wall for Mognus to really do anything about, but he's going to get the last chance before 0 seconds. Into the air goes Mognus, above Flakes' goal. Flakes slaps it down. Into overtime we go. 4-all is the score. Great stuff from Mognus, taking one of the best 1v1 players in the world right down to the wire, in a game which I think Flakes has been playing pretty standard in. He's showing Mognus a lot of respect, and Mognus has an open net. Is this going to be the goal? Yes, it is. Mognus with a mind game. Oh my goodness. Mognus is real. Flakes gets sent flying past the ball, not once but twice. And Mognus takes a lead 2-1 in the series. What is happening? When did Mognus become a beast in 1v1? This is insane. That was fun, says Mognus. Flakes returns the same quick chat back at him. Heen, thanks for the 3-month tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the stream, mate. I'm doing well. Hopefully you are as well. Well, this is a surprise. Flakes down 2-1 in a best of 5 against Mognus. Huge plays by Mognus to keep this one close, and then clutches it as well. After throwing the lead away, he's still managed to stabilize and retake control. Flakes is threatening a bump here, but Mognus manages not to concede the possession while avoiding it. Flakes challenges from directly behind the ball, and now he's looking for the counter mind game, but he's flicked it into the post. Flakes off target again. He's got to be putting these on net, at least testing Magnus' goalkeeping ability, because Mognus has got good goalkeeping most of the time. This time Flakes will get one past him. Only barely. I think Mognus would have had this if he didn't lean so far back and remove the option of the double jump. Yeah, timing in. Alright, well, he does have good goalkeeping, I would say. Mognus is a very good shot stopper. Seen him get some pretty crazy saves in threes in the past. And his His spacing is pretty good from 2v2. You'll notice that he doesn't go for too many challenges. He prefers to play reactively, actually, because 50-50s in 2v2 are not too easy to control with the faster pace of the game. So that's why Mognus is favouring fake challenges and reactive saves most of the time. Well, there's 3-0 though. Flakes starting to extend this lead out in front. And this is dangerous now for Mognus. He's got to stabilise, or it could become a very one-sided game 4. Yeah, the NRG decal is great. I love it. It's my favourite one. Probably not just of the ones that are released, but I think overall it's just my favourite one. Good stuff by Flakes again. 4-0. And Mognus is feeling the pressure here in game 4. This was always the danger. You know that if Mognus goes in front, Flakes has what it takes to close large score lines. Start to make comebacks happen. He's done it before. He's been in those situations as a player who knows his 1v1 game pretty well. Mognus, I don't know how many big 1v1 comebacks he's made in the past. Don't know if he knows how to go about this. It's a good start. Mognus tries to be cheeky with a dodge in the middle of an air dribble just to preserve some boost. He's got Flakes in a good spot here. Might be able to sneak in a demo, but no, it's just a trip-up maneuver by Mognus. Flakes, I think, would have been conceding if Mognus had just waited a bit for him to land and then gone for a demo there, but hard to say exactly. It's great control on the back wall bounce by Flakes. It's turning a boost disadvantage into an offensive play. Mognus seems to be stable for the time being, and again, wrong foots Flakes. Flakes is quick to cross over and make the challenge happen. He doesn't want to give Mognus space on the far side there. Yeah, so far, there's only one shot this whole game for Mognus. I think that's his second one if it registers. And actually, Flakes misses the back wall read. Mognus gave him respect for it. He didn't expect Flakes to be missing there. Tight angle shot from Mognus gets saved by the post. Flakes look for boost and avoids the demo while doing it. I like that Mognus is challenging further up the field here. He's realised that he's not getting enough time on the ball if he just backs off all the way and allows Flakes to take control again and again and again, but he has to score one of these offensive plays or time is just going to be wasted away till there's nothing left. And another offensive play goes by before Mognus does put one in. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left on the clock, and he finally finds a way past Flakes. Flakes kind of beamed it there. That pass off the wall didn't need to happen for him. Fake challenges from Mognus, I think we're getting Flakes to be a bit jumpy. Certainly more jumpy than he wanted to be in that position. Mognus shuts down another turtle flick attempt. That's actually on target, but Flakes is back. Mognus slow plays it. Flakes reads the low 50-50. Mognus wave dashes out of it to keep the pressure up. He's got another tight angle open net, but Flakes is in the way of it before Mognus can pull the trigger. Still a good chance for Mognus, but he needs opportunities. He's really lacked effective shots on goal in this fourth game. It's the thing that's keeping him back from being competitive in it. But the best thing that's happened this game for Mognus is that he has stabilised in defence, or at least it seemed like he had. Flakes is going to come in and score another goal fairly effortlessly though. That's 5-1. Not going to be easy to come back from. Mognus a bit too straight on these dribbles. He's not keeping his vision intact. If Flakes does decide to turn and challenge, Mognus doesn't know about it until it's too late. I want to see him keep on moving side to side on these dribbles. Flakes slows the ball right down and then dribbles it back to the halfway line. He really wants to make this turtle flick work. We've seen him score them on stream before, but not today. Mognus has an open net, but no boost to score it, and he's going to use all that he had to make sure that he can score this angle. Just 9, all you need. 3 goals in it. Close one, says Flakes. It's still relatively close in this game. Flakes is going to bring out the fake kickoff strats. Oh! Great pass there by Flakes to Mognus. It's now a 2-goal game. That make that at least the 3rd time this match that Flakes has just spanked the post on an open net, or if not an open net, a goal that he should be hitting the target with. A shot that he should be hitting the target with, I should say. And you know, doing that, he's made this a lot closer than he needed to. There wasn't any real necessity to take a shot on that play for Flakes. It's allowed Mognus an opportunity to come back into this game. Mognus leaves the back corner boost. He was afraid of the Flakes counter-attack down the middle. Just over 30 seconds left. Mognus needs chances on net. You can see the desperation starting to show. Flakes easily dispossesses him and scores another. It's 6-3. The late comeback was always going to be hard, though. I said this at the start of the game. When Flakes gets ahead by 3 or 4 goals, Mognus just doesn't have the experience to play from that far behind. He doesn't know what additional risks he needs to be taking. Whereas Flakes, when he's that far behind, he knows what adjustments he needs to make to give himself a good chance to come back from the deficit that he's created for himself. You know, all things considered, we've already seen more from Mognus today than we thought we would. I honestly expected a sweep. And when I saw Flakes losing game 2, I chalked it up to him messing around a bit too much, not expecting Mognus to show up as much as he did. But after seeing game 3, it's pretty clear to see that these two can be a good match for each other if Mognus can stay even or 1 goal behind or ahead. That's the score lines that he wants to be playing from. I think even if Flakes falls behind by 3 or 4, he's still got a good shot to recycle 2 or 3 quick goals. Not seen that same ability yet from Mognus. His goals tend to be more spread out and far apart. Fake by Flakes, actually, on this ceiling shot. I don't know if it was intentional. It looked like he was trying to get a pinch on the ground. Both players playing very close to the ball here. Flakes spirals into a half volley, and he makes it a 1-0 game 5. The final game of the series. The Dutchman opens the scoring. Savage Sonny, thanks for the 4-month prime. Welcome back. 10-month total as well. 4 in a row. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it was good control. Flakes knows that Mognus prefers to fake challenges, so as long as he's doing something on his approach to confuse Mognus, it is going to net him goals, and he's done it again. Flakes faking a ceiling shot, instead just catches the ball on the deck and slides it underneath Mognus. That's a good touch to make it 2-0. And I think it's high time that Mognus starts to play a bit more aggressively when he's off the ball. He needs to give Flakes less time to outplay him like this, because Flakes would love to just do this for 5 minutes. Just be given the ball and then for Mognus to back off all the way into his net. It's better now. Mognus will close the distance and apply some pressure. Make Flakes think twice before coming in for a free shot. It looks like Flakes is going to adapt accordingly as well. Oh, Mognus can't quite get the post pinch save. That was just 1 too much for Mognus there. He tried the same thing twice in a row. Rushed one challenge, got the ball off Flakes temporarily. Flakes retakes control. Mognus rushes another challenge, and this time Flakes puts it over his head. I don't think that Mognus is going to get too many rush challenges to work back to back. But, you know, threading them in every now and then is definitely something he needs to be doing. He's got to find that balance, which hasn't been there so far. That's a good challenge, though. Can Mognus get on the right side of the ball? Yes, he can. And he gets 1 goal back. And this is a better defense from Mognus. He lines up his challenge and then makes it work. You can tell Flakes took it up a notch. Yeah, he did. I think to get game 3, Flakes was trying pretty hard, but Mognus played really solid. Played a great game 3. That's the danger with high-level 2s and 3s players. If they do play a good game, they can take games off good 1s players, just like good 1s players can take games off good 2s players if they just play an insanely good game, but the consistency's not there for lack of experience. Good challenge though by Mognus. He stayed low in that one, avoided letting the ball slip underneath him, like what happened for the second goal this game. Getting a bit desperate though with that flick attempt, and it's just not good enough. But Flakes missed another open net. What is he doing? This was absolutely wide open, and he's kind of just knocked it into the post. It almost looked intentional, but I think he was trying to get it to roll up the post and in. Another pinch shot from Flakes. This one will go high. Mognus was a little bit farther back on this one, but I think had the shot been on target, I reckon it was going in. A little delayed touch there by Flakes. He's going to pop it one more time and get the 4th goal of the game. And it's a really horrible spot for Mognus to be in. He doesn't like playing from behind like this. He starts to get desperate and take risks that he otherwise wouldn't be making. I can almost guarantee you Mognus wouldn't be challenging there if he was one ahead, or if he was one behind, or if he's even in the game. But when he's down by 2, 3 goals, he starts to take risks he shouldn't be taking. Some good play with boost advantage though by Mognus. Don't believe the replay there again. It said Flakes 100 boost. Flakes did not have 100 boost in that play. It was Mognus who had 100. Good shot stopping by Mognus. Flakes read the fake kickoff, causing Mognus to be out of position initially. Mognus is trying to make saves here without using boost, so he has boost to recover with. Again, saving everything he's got. He knows he's going to need it for the next Flakes attack. Flakes has been pushed back here. Mognus coming in with 100 boost this time. Long shot by Flakes. Mognus will be pretty glad to see that, because he was faking a challenge to try and force that kind of play out of Flakes. Flakes just to snipe Mognus landing pretty well. He's up by 2 still. Catches the ball into a dribble. With perfection does Flakes, and he's going to snipe Mognus a second time. It's a really good catch and flick there with the turtle play from Flakes. Mognus thought he'd got away from the demo, but Flakes is just going to swipe him from the other side and make it a 3-goal game. So my average viewer's gone up or down in the past 2 years. I honestly don't know, to be honest. No, I'm not sure, mate. I don't know what my viewers are right now, and I don't know what my viewers is most of the time I'm streaming, because I don't think it matters. The things I have on my screen right now, the only things that I look at is the game on one monitor, then I've got Twitch chat and my notifications over here. That's it. I don't need anything else when I'm streaming. That's the only information that I need to be looking at. I think anything else is a distraction and doesn't help me be a streamer. About 1,000. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I used to care a lot more about viewer numbers than I do now, because back when I was starting streaming, I was like, oh cool, we just hit a new viewer record. Oh, another viewer record. Oh, another viewer. You know, like getting a lot of viewer records as the stream was growing. People are finding out about my stream. But by now, most of the core Rocket League esports community know about my stream, so that doesn't happen. I'm not getting consistent growth like that anymore. Love that mind game by Mognus. It's not going to work against a player like Flakes, but it's a good try. There's no real way that he could safely put that ball on net without the mind game. Oh, that's brutal though. Flakes escapes the double demo attempt. And now Mognus is completely boost starved. Can Mognus create an option to score out of this difficult position? He would have loved to shoot there, but he didn't have enough boost to close the distance to the ball. Now he doesn't have enough boost to keep it on top of his car. Mognus just trying to sneak it past Flakes. In fact, he has, but it's such a difficult angle. And he doesn't go for the dish, knowing it was impossible to score. Flakes secures the series, 3-2. He had to work a lot harder for it than I think most of us were expecting. So massive props to Mognus for making it close. At the end of the day, it does go to the player we're expecting to win. And Flakes will walk away with the 80 quid prize pool. I don't know what that is in dollars, but I'll check. $104. All right. Somebody told me earlier that they were going to split it. I don't know if that's true, but I'll ask them, of course. Just making a quick note of that right now. Yeah, if there's any streamers or people who want to stream watching right now, I would advise you to not look at your viewer count and your sub count and all these things when you're streaming, because it is, I think, a distraction. It doesn't make you a better streamer knowing how many viewers you've got. I think if you just pay all that attention that you could have used looking at how many viewers you've got, you could just looked at chat and responded to another message that you would have otherwise missed. Did I put your $5 in prize pool? Wait, I could do that if you want. 100, make it 109, right? Bam, there we go. 109.